Hello, YouTube. We're back with our last LCS regular season VoD review. It's going to be second to last on the playlist, but it's the last one I'm recording. It's C9 versus Fly. This was a series that pretty much decided who got the first round bye or not between the two teams, so a lot was on the line. It was a C9 2-0, relatively solid as well. So excited to see how C9 looked in this one. I feel like they played TL really well. FlyQuest for me has been struggling a little bit more in the last couple weeks, so that's been a little bit of a bummer, honestly, because I feel like Fly was actually really competitive for the vast majority of the split. So I'm kind of curious to see where Fly maybe has some shortcomings and where C9 keeps on playing well. I think their early game has been good. So that said, if you guys have enjoyed the content, feel free to drop a like, comment, and or a sub. And as of today, I'm part of the YouTube partner program thanks to all of you. So I really appreciate all the support. And also follow me, CubbyXX, everywhere, including the stream. Twitch.tv/CubbyXX, where we do these live. So let's hop in. Or as Rye Guys said in the chat, strap in. Game 1. Okay. Ashe Leona. We end up getting a Braum. I like the Braum in this scenario. I don't love Lilia here, I will say. I think Lilia, like, we're very vulnerable to pick as Lilia. So I was a bit surprised to see Blabber pull out Lilia here. Because I feel like these two champions are very good at getting picks onto Lilia. I was also surprised to see C9 take away, or C9, FlyQuest take away both Nidalee and Renekton from C9. These are champs that FlyQuest are very willing to play. But I guess they just didn't want to give away the duo. Like, banning both on blue side feels weird to me if you don't want to deny it and play it yourself. Bwipo plays Renekton really well. Yeah, I mean, we do get our hands on Ashe, which I'm always a really big fan of Ashe, but this seemed a little bit awkward to me. I think it's a good Braum pick. I appreciate the Sion ban, too. I think that Brand Sion are decent takeaways. No one can really catch Sion ult. I mean, Braum can, but it's not super ideal. We end up with a Zeri, which a little bit vulnerable to being spaced here, but we're still Berserker Zeri. It's fine. Then it's a blind Cassante. We took Camille away to protect it. So we end up with Gnar in a really good matchup. This is a really good game for Gnar. We're a little bit low damage for FlyQuest. I think if Gnar falls behind, he can be vulnerable against Lucian of the side lane, at least with the old builds. I'm honestly not sure with Bork. If I Triforce into Bork, Gnar's just fine. Yeah, I kind of like... I do like C9's draft this game. I think that if FlyQuest get the ball rolling, they can be pretty strong, but we're losing topside. For me, this is a game where it makes sense to swap. But even if we swap, like I do also value putting the Ashe into the Zeri. Because if we opt into the swap for FlyQuest, then Zeri gets a little bit ahead. So I enjoyed this draft. I feel like there's some nice curveballs being thrown. Oh, don't need sponsors. There we go. Oh. All right. CEO of Folklore. The fact that he's 9th is so funny, actually. For mid. Yeah, it was a lane swap. So, I also... This is scouted out by C9, so well done. So, it's just a handshake. It's a team clear, so Talia's a little bit ahead. Did Bwipo did not get that CS. He did have to start W. And then Thanatos walked on down. This means that Busio, he actually fired off the base now. I don't know. Thanatos was spotted crossing mid, so Busio responds to the base of his own. So he gets to protect the dive. It's only level 1, or it is level 2 Leona. It's spotted. Oh, this ends up being quite good. Gnar's getting solo XP. This is very good for Thanatos. Oh, this ends up being really good. Yeah, then they don't get a play. Thanatos I mean, the way is slowly pushing out, but Blippo has to base. So he will have a base when he gets back, but Thanatos is going to have a really big XP lead. Look at this XP lead that Thanatos has. That's a nice early game from C9. I feel like the solution here... I mean, I understand wanting to take away the camps from this side first, because you can get invaded on. Oh, this is a nice curveball, actually. This is a really nice curveball. I appreciate this from C9, actually. I think this is quite good. They played the swamp much better. Yeah, I like this from C9, actually. The only bummer... Oh, no, that wave's shoving out. Okay, yeah, this is quite good. C9 are just straight up in this lane swap. Whipple gets to eat most of this wave, but... Like, the Zeri is going to be in such better shape than Ashe after this. And it's a really tough... Like, if Ashe falls behind, I mean, we are Ashe, but... Ooh. I'm trying to see items mid. It's Vamp. Yeah, I mean, we just get blitzed here as JoJo. Oh, he gets under the Q. Well played quad. Okay. That's after JoJo's TP, so JoJo is it's a little bit grief, unfortunately. But whoa. So they swapped out of the bot lane matchup. Jesus. Wow. I mean, this is just Berserker winning. Well, they actually didn't. They brought Thanatos bot. Okay, so Blippo just gets forced off. I'd actually really like it if Masu and Busio caught this wave higher. Minions do more damage if the minions do more damage to the turret if you're not in the vicinity of it. So in the bottom left of my screen, they're hitting the turret and eating the wave. I do think that with Thanatos showing bot, and if you time out the TP, you can catch this wave high. And again, the minions will do more. All right, they missed the fish on the JoJo. Blood can feel his movement. Oh no. Sus. Yeah, I mean, I think that C9 ended up playing this draft out pretty nicely. It is a good game for Gnar. I think FlyQuest walked into that a little bit. Also, a really, really strong game for Shreds here, which surprises me that we have double steel caps. Because I think that we could use Treads for... I guess it's only Leona, really. It's kind of Talia and only Ashar. Okay, I take that back. Never mind. Good game for Cleanse. That's what we were looking for. So Jojo they play it off this wave. Jojo shows back up. They have Blippo hovering up. Blippo has no TP. Thanatos does. I'm a little bit surprised that Thanatos is here. Again, I feel like bot side is strong side. So the fact that I know he got that all the way in, but the fact that he walked. Because for me, like, he can be on this wave. They have a double control ward for him. And they spot. Yeah, I'm kind of surprised Thanatos is here. He has TP advantage over Blippo. I think that if he shows for the next 2 waves bot, then Thanatos would be able to... Like, he has good control to actually play this. So, like, if he's on these 2 waves, I do think the Blippo is forced to respond, and then they take the grubs off the next timer. I think there is an angle here for C9 to play out 3 waves. Now, the concern is that Leona Ashe can pull the trigger really fast. C9 is vulnerable to that, for sure. Like, especially if Thanatos is, and Vulcan are missing, right? Which Vulcan would be here in this scenario, but... I think FlyQuests are not unhappy about a fight. Like, they do a good job of taking control back. Yeah, so they get 6 grubs. Good job, Fly. Thanatos still picks up the vast majority of the wave, but I'm thinking of a scenario where, you know, you can get a wave in and then at least force FlyQuest to drop that or not. The fact that C9 picks everything up is nice. So they at least they respected the timer the FlyQuest were on and respected the timer to get back their waves, which is good. Just I'm wondering if Thanatos plays for those 2 bot waves, if you create a scenario where he can hover afterwards. And then Blippo has to go bot. He might have had TP up by that timer too, but at the moment, Blippo just dinged 8. Thanatos is about a third of the way through level 9. So we still have a nice nice XP lead here. Really respectful flash by Inspired. What, electrocute? Okay. Ooh, I really like this actually from FlyQuest. I know Quad insta-TPs to this, but this is a good use of 6 grubs. Alright, they get top all the way in, and then they get 2 bonus plates on Quad, make it 3. He does have to leave, but Fly has regressed a bit. This is a nice move though. I'm wondering why FlyQuest like drops so low. Like, off this TP, why is Masu walking down? They have good vision of topside. I think that Masu, like, they spot Lilia right now. I do think that Masu needs to be and can be on this wave. The fact that they drop mid is honestly what makes this play a little bit worse. I know it's C9 showing 4 mid here, but again, we still see Lilia. Like, we can play up. We can at least threaten W's, where I think we commit too much to trying to cut him off bot when we already were showing Blippo and the Lucian, and then Blippo ends up walking all the way back. Like, for me, I think Blippo finishing this base and going top and then having the other TP to threaten is the right move. With a shop in. This is interesting. Because, like, he ends up dropping all top wave for this. Yeah, like, he didn't get the majority of that wave. I think if he completed his base bot, he would have gotten it. And, like, if FlyQuest, again, if they can try and hold mid. Interesting. You get a rift off this. This is good. Yeah, it's just like, again, like this sequence, like the quad TP is fine. Just Blippo doesn't make a difference here. Like we cut them off here, right? They're cut off here. And we have like info here. So I feel like Blippo, if he finishes this and walks top, they would have been able to play more of that wave, and he would have a base with that. Also, like, if Blippo's going to be here, you are showing numbers, and you have a way to maybe threaten, like, to pull his TP. So the fact they drop this so low and kind of allow, like, it denies Quad a plate off of what I think is an okay TP from Quad, given that it is 6 grubs to 0. And if you are in front of the play, you're playing up tempo, especially with the 6 grubs. Yeah. This is weird. I think that TP from Quad's fine, by the way. Best viewers on Band. Thanks, Marikuv. It's like on command. I do appreciate how, at least in the back half of this, like after Quad, like, so Quad resets, and then they give Quad this wave. So that's like, they get that in deep, and it's pretty much free Herald. I also appreciate off FlyQuest, they are mostly strong siding Quad's lane, which is easy to do when you have Cassante. You just kind of leave Cassante on his own. Cassante gets pooped. I don't think Blippo needs to knock Vulcan away here. I think he needs to run away. Okay. I think Blippo tried to do a little bit too much there. It was a good W. I guess I haven't mentioned the scaling of this game. I mean, I favor C9 scaling quite a bit. We have 3 auto attackers with Braum Lilia. Lilia, I feel like, is more useful if she doesn't get picked later. Gnar, I think, is just as useful. And I'll take the Corki Zeri later on versus Lucian Ash. We have a lot of fucking damage on C9. So, like, I think keeping these waves neutrals and handshakes. If you W the Braum, surely he needs to also R. That too. But I think you just W away and then you eat a Masu. And you try and get out. I don't like these waves being even. I also find it funny that Jojo, he has blunt. Jojo literally just took the Krugs and then drops that wave. He keeps it even. I like him dropping that wave. He's here on time. Yep. Inspires no flash. I mean, they have info on this side, but like the info is not pertinent to like how and why Inspire can hit this. So it's a nice pick from Thanatos. Good W. Ooh. Okay. Some decent movement from Masu. Yeah, Masu did his best. He just stalled too much time. Okay, hold on. And it's a great opener to the fight from C9. I think if Quad stepped up a wee bit more there, I think he tickles Thanatos in the back half. But also the flash in is just kind of weird. And Blippo didn't get his ult off soon enough. Nice W from Thanatos. If Bwipo R's through that, he gets a second W up, and then maybe he's able to get through Braum passive. Because he doesn't get the second W off either. And then Busio sends it for Nada. Now we die to Braum. Jack, you have triple kills there, just saying. I do think that click hurt Masu a little bit. Like, this click's good. But that back click, I do think that he can get an auto proc off. And if he gets it on Jojo, I actually think it's quite good. Like, Vulcan can't threaten him there. So I think Masu played that a little bit too far back. And then he's not in range for W on Zerker. Yeah, he could have. I think that click... I think this click is what killed him, though. This one. This one right there. Yeah, I think this is the one that hurt him a lot. He does have flash. He needs to step up here. Like, if he's up here and hitting Jojo and spacing Zerker, Vulcan has nothing. So, stepping down here was bad. He needs to step up here. Because if he gets Jojo... again, the shield's down, too. Yeah. Those two clicks were a little cautious. Yeah. As good as some of the side steps are, like, and the the spacing on Zeri here, like, is okay. He could have played up a little bit more. Yeah. If he clicks up instead of down after the Braum Q, I think he gets him. That's the big one for me. Because he loses the slow on the carries, and that, like, it's a lot harder to space when you are lacking that, and then you don't have approach velocity going. Respect him for seeing it. I also think this click right here... I don't... Oh... Yeah, it's just those two. Those two right there are bad. If he steps up and hits Jojo and spaces Berserker, he's actually the fucking GOAT. But this makes the game really hard because we're now at C9 with 3 Drakes. They're up a K and a half. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think you can do it. Like, in that case, you're tracking a Braum Q. That's all that matters, because you space the other two. Like, Corki doesn't have mana for W, and you saw Zeri dash. So that's all that matters. I think it's doable there. I think Masu would say the same. Alright, FlyQuest have to look for plays now. I don't like their game state. They're down 1k gold and 3 Drakes. I prefer C9 scaling. Also, I think Cloud Soul is actually a really good role for C9. They have a lot of damage and ability to create space. And Cloud Soul helps them with that. Inspired did not get the Herald in this game that they took so much time for. That was pretty bad. That's a bit of a blank. And that's the thing about FlyQuest. I feel like some of the mistakes they've been making are just so dumb. I can't write them off. But also, like, if they fix it, things do instantly get better. But also, like, why are we making mistakes so dumb, like missing a Herald, you know? Like, that's wild to do in a comp game. Alright, Whipple breaks bot. There's a lack of, I mean, this is... Can we go here? And good job for C9 to space the flick. I think if the flick hits, then Busio can follow. Hang on, where was Ash Arrow? Yeah, I mean... I don't like this Ash Arrow. We have Ash Arrow up for this. Like, imagine if we're throwing Ash Arrow here. In the choke, next to a Talia wall. That other Ash Arrow, like, it's going over all the creeps, right? I feel like players are going to react to that. We're just playing for a cleanse. I think with 30 seconds before Drake, at least Masu's timing it with that. Alright, so we get Vulcan. Vulcan shouldn't walk here without checking. They have Lilia balls. So I think you wait till at least Lilia ball to brush. You have Berserker W. You have Quirky Rockets. They fixed bot wave together, so I do think that you have to have some patience here with no mid wave. Like, if I'm Vulcan, I think that you play on this line. Walking in is a little bit aggressive. And he bites the dust for it. Also, nice ult here from Whippo. The issue with this is that Quad took a lot. Jojo did a little bit of work there to pop Inspired. Wait, Masu's playing scared here again. Yeah, I think Masu can step up. Like, why? What are we waiting for here? I think that we need to, like... The W's okay because it hits Berserker. But why are we backstepping Thanatos so hard there? And then why is our W not angled at Jojo too? Like, our W needs to be like here. And he throws a single one at... Yeah, this is... Masu could have played this better. Yeah, I think that you can tank Jojo a little bit. You can tank Jojo right now. You can tank Jojo. Whoops. You can tank Jojo. I don't think it's a comm issue. 80 is easy to plug and play, man. It's how much damage do you take versus how much damage do you give. Like, that W2 should be at Jojo and Thanatos. There's no arguing that. And if we're positioned better here and not this far back, it easily hits when we get the stun, by the way. Yeah, like that, I hate that W. That's fine. We didn't space it, but that's, you can backstep that, that's fine. Like, that's the fight, you know? Like, I feel like if Masu plays further up in this window, then that's a little bit more where FlyQuest might be able to create some space. I will say this fight's kind of cooked. Also, okay, actually, this is on Blippo too. Why is Blippo looking here? Huh? This guy W'd in. Yeah? Oh no, he's got W. He just fucking tanked it. Okay, Jojo's kind of Chad. I'm trying to see if Jojo W'd at all. He did not. He held it the entire time. Okay. I mean, still, if I want Blippo to walk at Jojo here. I think that Berserker. I think looking at Berserker's poor. I think Blippo needs to walk at Jojo. We get him to W somewhere, you know. Like, even if he W's this way, then we can turn on Thanatos who's alone. Like, we actually have shit. I think Blippo looking at Berserker here keeps the fight really split. Yeah, I feel like FlyQuests are desynced for sure. Like, this is... Blippo's on Berserker, Busio's on Jojo, and Masu's on Thanatos here. I know that the fight's hard, but... It's 4v3 at the... Like, it's 3v3 at the moment, you know? We're on 3 different targets. For me, like Jojo is actually the best person to go to in the middle. Because at least, like, if he does W, he's going to W that way, and we might be able to turn here. I do think Blippo gets roasted, though. Yeah, his flash is fine. I mean, Blippo burning his whole HP bar and getting back here, like, actually is a pretty good fight condition. And I'm fine with Whipple killing Blabber. That's fine. I think that Masu, if we all focus on JoJo, I think that this fight's good. I think that FlyQuest just got really split here. That W from Masu is really poor for me. Like, if you're going to play Ashe, you have to make sure your Ws are angled to like hit multiple people every time. And throwing it so that it has no chance of hitting JoJo is poor. All right, that's pretty much game. This is actually, it was an okay look for FlyQuest. It was a pretty big mistake from Vulcan. Guys, how OP is Braum? As JoJo just fucking cooks both. We'll play JoJo. Really like JoJo taking space there. That was really, really well done. Decent attempt from FlyQuest again. JoJo taking up the space there was really good. Yeah, that's not a good sign actually for FlyQuest, like being split like that on 3 different targets. I think that's poor. I do think that JoJo was the right target. This was... I will say I think this game's hard, but I didn't get the solution. I don't get it. Yeah, I actually think if Masu... Like that, like this W for Masu's good. Wait, it's not good. It missed. Masu. We got a W to hit. You got to hit Braum there. Yeah, actually. It's not good. Oh, it's not good. I know this game's hard, but like you burned 2 ults on the Thanatos and like, sheesh. Yeah, it wasn't good. I thought it hit Braum. If it hits Braum and hits the rest, it's fine. It did not hit Braum. It's bad. Ah. Masu. Dude, Masu and Busio were playing really well until the last 2 weeks for me. The last 2 weeks they've been a little off. I know like all FlyQuest has been off, but damn it, Marikoof. That's personal. I'm surprised Busio went with Swifties this game. I think you have to go Steel Caps. If it's Ashe Braum, I'm down with Swifties. This entire split, a little bit, but they had better looks. I mean, they smashed Dig. They played TL okay, even if those games were messy. I feel like it's a little bit of, you know, going in reverse. Okay. So Busio gets found. Nice ult from Vulcan interrupts. There's just no follow-up. Quad stuck. We don't want to fire Lucian W in the Braum E. I understand that. Oh, it's really bad. We're just going to get corralled. We end up firing Lucian R into Braum E. And it's bad. Nice corral from C9 here. A little golden corral action. I like the preemptive heal from Vulcan. Just to make sure. Yeah, it's a nice wall too. Vulcan, besides getting caught, did have a very nice game. Yes, I mean, C9's rotations were good. Well done. GG's C9. All right, game 1. Time for game 2. All right, we had a flex Nautilus this game, guys. I mean, against, like, for me, C9, we have a first pick Lilia. I think that Lilia, like, should never be first picked. Again, my theory in this champ is that it's really easy to pick Lilia. And I do think that with Ornn, Braum, Brand, we can really neutralize Aurelia. We outrange it with Engage. Good follow-up on set Engage with these two. How does Naiwa play this game? So I think the idea of it is you lane swap, and you come out of the lane swap with more XP. With these two. And you can make plays like to dive with this, and then you go from there. But playing Naiwa into, like, at least with W, you can get out of Braum passive for a little bit. This is hard, though. It was a ballsy pick into this. If anything, I was kind of surprised that it wasn't Senna, but I think that with, like, Senna and Naiwa, but I think that, with this, you do need some more engage / frontline. Also, I do want to call out Taric. If we're going to lane swap and you see a Braum, you could run Taric with Nautilus, and it's quite good. It's really good with this, actually. If we want to get really in a fucking bag. If we're gonna lane swap, I think it's actually a Taric. Taric's really good this game. Really good against this. Really good against this. Anyway. VCC champs co-stream, you can't play. You fucking troll. C9, I like C9 scaling a lot. Do think Naiwa has some value. But not as much this game. I just think Brand fucks you. I at least appreciate that, like, FlyQuest, they go for the lane swap with this, and they take away the enemy quadrant, so it's going to force Blabber a little bit on the back foot. And they don't deny Thanatos that much. Okay, well, we're at least going to get the dive off. Good dive. Yeah, good job, Whippo. Yeah, not getting the kill is not quite ideal. And it's 2 plates again going over to C9 bot lane. I will say Ornn of the Knot is a really good matchup for Ornn. So I was a bit surprised that they went with the Knot top. I'm not a huge fan of Knot top. Inspired does get one of the respawn camps, which is quite good. I actually kind of wanted Inspired to go cross here. Pick me any tank, I will win. It was a Scion angle, I fear. Yeah, okay. Well, Inspired does get these camps. That's good. Does Inspired need the base here? I think Inspired, like, could have done both, and game would have been a little bit better for Inspired if the base comes after this, by the way. Because there's nothing going on the map right now. So I actually think, like, after that base, then you go play for Grubs. Which Inspired's going to do. I think the game's a little bit better for Inspired, or you get a better base, and you clear those camps faster. But that's just me. Whippo's going for the Fimbulwinter build, which I respect. I think Fimbulwinter is quite good, actually. If you read the numbers on that item, it should be good. Numbers on that item are pretty nice. Also appreciate the setup here. Busio at least gets the flash out of Blabber, and they deny the crab. So, well done by Masu Busio, actually. That's a good win for FlyQuest. I think Blippo, by the way, should be on this next wave early. It's not 6 on Ornn yet, and you kill this instantly as not. Okay, good. I think it's a little bit... Okay, we get played. Yeah, we have help, too. Okay, not that much help. See, this is why I want a Blippo on this wave earlier, but he went for plates. Like, he can be on this wave now, by the way. He needs to rotate 2Es out, right? So the first one comes late. I know we got the plate off it, but if it's earlier, I think this play is his. It just takes too long. And it's not for Caddy. It's pretty bad. Vulcan's heal ends up being really big here. Thanatos has a really nice sidestep, and then, yeah. I mean, I think this play is here. You don't want to fight this. Like, Blippo just needs to be on this wave now. Like, if he catches that wave instantly, it's good. And Inspired... Oh, actually, Inspired once out. Yeah, Inspired, like, was going towards it, and then he wasn't. So I think if Inspired is up here on time, too, it's fine. Because they have this info. Oh, they lost track of... Okay. That was the game. I mean, this game was a lot more competitive than this was the game. I think the game gets a lot harder after this. Yeah, I mean, we're really split here as FlyQuest. Like, again, if this is doable for Blippo, if Inspired is on Krugs, which, again, we're up. Like, I think Blippo should have been on this wave earlier, but, like, Inspired did waste time here. Because I can see red buff spawning. And mid was in. I know mid's on base, but Inspired, like, could wait. They're tracking TPs. Like, Jojo has to match here. He's low. So I don't know why Inspired walked out, if this is the play. I think if Blippo's on this earlier and Inspired's on red on spawn, this is actually doable. Like, worst comes to worst, they don't kill this entire wave, and they should get out. Like, they can really pressure Thanatos here. It's 6 for Blippo and 6 for Inspired, you know? Inspired also couldn't be on the red. He could be on the Krugs. Like, that would be gone. And once we have the ore in Spothavilia, he's going to try and get the turret. Like, he's going to sack it. The fact we have a fight here, we just waste too much time. And then FlyQuest, like, they lose their tempo and they don't get the kill. So it's bad. And we die. Nearly die. At least Blippo does. Yeah, so that's bad. That's bad. And we only get 1 camp away from Bran. It should have been 2. Ornn getting 2 Ws is crazy, no? Yeah, the champ's OP. I mean, that's the thing, though, about the not Ornn matchup, is that you cannot stop the W. This was brutal, even though I get why Blippo did this. It was brutal. It's on both of them, honestly. I think Blippo needs to catch it faster, and Inspired, like, needs to be there. It's really bad. But yeah. I don't think it was super game ending. Like, we're still a 1.5k gold lead. I mean, it makes the game a lot harder, and C9's comp scales really hard. It ended the matchup in the top lane. It's not game ending, though. You don't need the win top lane matchup to win this game. I mean, if it's game ending, that's on FlyQuest. There's a lot of game left to play. Like I said, I know they got outscaled. This game, it makes the game a lot harder, but yeah. They did lose very good conditions. And this is bad too. We'll play Blabber. Again, I think I see a ping go down from FlyQuest. Like, Blippo has TP. Grubs are up in a minute, so I can understand wanting to get the fruit. I don't know what the call here is from C9. If they're calling to contest fruit, that's fucking insane. And really well done, but yeah. So they lose both their control words to set up the Grubs. Well done, C9. They take a lot of the conditions away. And now we have a lane swap. This is a good lane swap coming in. Blippo has TP, so he can be bot and still contest Grubs. Bran wasn't top after reset, right? Not necessarily, because Bran's top camps are... Yeah, he's up here on time. Like, he did his Raptors on time. In fact, he's kind of spotted. Yeah. No bueno. Okay, so C9 are going to sack Grubs. They're going to take the Dragon, and they're going to TP Ornn bot. And they kill Bwipo again. Well played. I mean, they're getting plates on Zeri. It's a trade back, which is good. But I'm fine with this from C9. Like, they get a lot out of this play. They also pull a TP from Quad himself. It's a good TP from Quad. The fact that they get an inner top is a lot. The fact that Fly get 2 turrets here is quite a bit. I don't think Ornn can defend this by any means. But I'm surprised 6 Grubs taking mid. This is a good rotation from FlyQuest minus Quad staying for that wave. I actually really appreciate that Blabber took the camps here. Like, we're showing 2 tops. These are Blabber's camps, and Quad has to respect this. Nice from C9. Really nice from Blabber. That is a telegraphed ability, so you can't hit it with shit like that. So, well done. It's also a fine scenario right now for C9, like having Berserker be pretty much down, half a level to Nautilus. And in that matchup, I think it's fine. Actually, hang on, this is kind of weird. Ornn spotted on the rotation here. Again, FlyQuest, like, they're overloading the Nautilus side. Bwipo's deciding not to respond to that top wave. So it's going to be Nyla. And Bwipo loses flash. I don't know. I think Ornn's really good pick. This Ornn pick was really good. Again, you just can't do anything to contest, like, the W's as not. Besides, like, press E and hope you walk away, but then Ornn just QEs you. It's hard. This is, like, one of those matchups where, like, you win for the first few levels, and then once Ornn starts winning, you just get fisted. Okay, so it's BT first on Nyla. Oh, we're just going to bully with all the Grubs, take turret. That's based. Well done. Porky's getting bot, though. I also really appreciate how, with the Ornn, C9 are being very disciplined about playing 2 lanes and catching one wave, like, weak. So they have no reason to be top right now. And this is honestly, like, one of the decent things about losing an inner turret so early is that it does give Ornn extra time to actually be on map. And I appreciate how Thanatos, he does end up taking that wave on time. But they don't need to take it now until it hits the inhibitor turret. So there's a theory in this game about, like, losing shit too fast, how it can be bad. And that's one of the arguments for it. I think, like, in some games, we talked about how in the IMT Dig game 2, like, those Immortals knocking down the inhibs early got Dignitas a lot of CS. Another case where, like, the inner being knocked down this early, yes, it's a nice gold injection for FlyQuest, but it does buy Ornn a couple extra waves to just hover and try and threaten, which is quite good for this comp. It's a nice answer here from Inspired, but, like, I'm really surprised that Masu went for this ward again. I think it's bad. Shots was bad. So pretty much we lose 3 out of our 4 bot lane sums and all of our HP bars for nothing. We can't play for anything else. That's bad. Offer a ward. What's the right way the FlyQuest can play this? I think this is a really good situation for C9. I think that's the other issue with the FlyQuest comp. Like, I think, like, we need some sort of, like, vision control or angle, which I know they're fighting for, but I don't. We're playing on C9's terms by playing on their brush with this comp. If we play on this brush, then maybe we get first jump. By playing on this brush, we're gonna make sure that, like, we're at the info disadvantage, and this is a good scenario for C9. Yeah, I think reapproaching this was bad. They don't have any reason to reapproach this, by the way. They can wait for the next mid waves, and Quad's on bot first, so they don't want to approach this. They want to buy time for Quad. So I'm in an ARAM, so if I don't get to it, I want to say it now. There's a point in this game where people kind of blame the Inspired for going for JoJo, but the co-streamers were arguing that it was Nihilist stepping back. I think it's the last fight. Hold on. Just reading that. I lost where I was. I mean, I do think Inspired tunneled. It's probably both, honestly. I think Inspired tunneled. LCK is on. Thanks for the VoD review. Thanks for tuning in, Oxir. If you guys leave this to go watch some live LCK with playoff stakes, do not blame you one bit. Good matches. I've been playing Deathloop. This game's fun. Is that the 6v6 game? Okay, hold on. What the fuck's going on here? Rift was dropped top by Inspired on kind of a throwaway. I mean, someone's got to respond to bot wave here. Well, we have double TP coming in. Blippo's first. Oh my god. I mean, well played to honestly get quad out. Like, they win, but quad has to TP back to get anything. That's a lot invested. Like, FlyQuest invested more for a kill that only means dragon setup. Well played by Thanatos. Really well played by Thanatos. I know he went down, but I respect it, honestly. From like 4 years ago? Okay. I'm not familiar. Was it Deadlock? The one that like everyone's getting? Okay, so we don't have any TPs right now. I think that like FlyQuest for me, Quad's the one that got top and deep with Blippo. They did get a TP out for this. But that's it. Get Prio and Drake. Just gonna have Inspired solo it. They have full info. It's fun. And Braum and Lucian also quite nice. We're big Braum enjoyers in this stream. It wasn't obvious enough. Valorant agent? I can't read, man. It's fine. I don't know games outside this one. Alright, we did fix bot, but Oran's gonna get most of bot wave. Okay, high key. If Busio R flashes, isn't JoJo just like fucking dead on my screen? Like, even if we have to get through everything, what are the like Busio be able to hit a big charm? And like if they stack to protect JoJo, like isn't that the start of the wombo? You know? Like for me, JoJo's in such an illegal spot here. This is so illegal, man. Like, if I see JoJo walking into this brush blind, if I'm Busio, I am fucking sending it. Worst comes to worst, I'm getting this, you know? This should be a combo. I do not wait for Inspired, and this should be an R flash. I know Blippo dies, but I actually think that, like, Busio has to fucking, like, we have to man mode that. This has to happen and connect. For me, JoJo cannot stand there with 3 of our members on the screen and get away with it. Ayla would flash for that play. I mean, it ends up being a nice combo in the end, right? But again, why are we not going R and do W flash? Like, why is it W into R flash, you know? Why? And these are like way worse conditions than what we had. I mean, I know that like it's telegraphed, but hey, if you trade one flash for 2 or 3 and stop, like that's fine. That's fine. Even if they get the turret, I'm fine with that, honestly. That was really weird. I think there are 2 moments there where like I really want to see Busio R flash this. Yeah, we should not leave with W. That should be an R flash. Nice all from Vulcan. Vulcan had a really solid series. Vulcan probably locked up a second team All Pro. Lights, towns below. Honestly, not a bad bait here for Blippo. We're kind of fucking off on the side waves, which, I mean, we're down TPs. I don't love it, but I do think that they're, like, my thing is that if Blippo's not here, I think they can engage, but also I think there's a world where, like, if we get Ornn to show, we open up more timers for ourselves. Oh, Inspire doesn't have R yet. Oh, that's a bummer. Vulcan's able to dash out too. Yeah, and then we're just walking into Brandon's Nyla. I mean, we get out, but hurts. Yeah. Okay. That's Drake. Only way to defend Drake is to pull this. Yeah, C9 are not on Drake. FlyQuest are above. They'd have a ward. FlyQuest don't have info that they have a ward. Actually, that's kind of a big deal. Yeah, there's a lot of A-ramming in this game. I mean, I do in a way feel like that favors C9. Like, they like, both their carries just outrange and outdamage. And, like, this is a close game at this point. I know both teams have some, like, pretty quick snap engage, and there were sums down, so I think C9 grouping, while we were waiting for Blobber Flash and JoJo Flash to be back up, actually does benefit from them, even if it looks weird. I actually think that they're doing a nice job at kind of hedging their bets. It's not bad. Nice stutter step there from Busio to dodge out on the ult. I will say, I think Blippo should just Q Thanatos here. I don't know if he... I don't think he dies. We'll play it inspired. We'll play Berserker. Can we kill Berserker? Like, okay. I think there's a world here where Blippo can flash auto and then hook Berserker. And that might be enough to chain up with quad. But I'm not sure. Yeah, so the dash is there. I'm going to assume that dash is still on cooldown. Yeah, I think here we flash auto. If we flash auto hook and then we sync up with Busio, I actually think that's very doable. Like, for me, Busio and Blippo, because Busio has W coming up, or it's up. Behind my camera, dash in 4 seconds. If they're looking for this and it's flash auto Q in the W, That's how we win the fight, and we keep all of our carries up. By the way, if that happens, FlyQuest win this game at this point. Like, if we're gonna 5-0 with this, I mean, we're at least getting these 3. Maybe it's not a win. We get the map though as FlyQuest. Like, we can get Baron, reset, take Drake, and then start to knock these down slowly. We're gonna take those 3. I do think that if Bwipo was like, look at like, because for me, Berserker's in flash auto range. If we flash auto Q and Busio's here to like, you know, EW. I don't know if Busio's E yet, but Busio could be looking for this. It was just a W. I assume Busio already used to. Be kind of trolling if we weren't. Yeah, there's the E. But still, like, if it's flash auto into Q, and Busio's looking like now, which I think is reasonable. If Bwipo's like, fuck the tank, like, Nyla has the tank on my screen, so if it's like, we look at Zerker now and Busio's there, I think it's playable. I mean, it makes everything faster for them. They definitely get... Yeah, and that's... I mean, I think that's a decently... Ocean Drake doesn't matter too much, but... Oh, they end up getting both. I mean, keeping everyone up helps. Like, don't... Keep in mind, like, if you die that late in the game, that's 30 seconds of free gold and XP on your carries. Like, that can be the difference between a level or not later on. That is a big deal for me. Like, the fact that Masu is 17 right now is nice. Yeah, but saying that play top is the game is actually kind of crazy. This game was very close. I mean, again, I favor C9 at this point, like even with this gold deficit and a level deficit. I think their comp is just easier to play. But by no means was this game, I think, ever over. AKA me 10. It's... Yeah. Take both sides. We drop mid. Spot Orn. He's taking. So we get top. Get prio from that. Ow. Jesus. That W from Zeri was a Lux ult. This is the fight. It shouldn't be a hard choice. It should be watch LCK. I mean, I don't think Inspired should go for Berserker here. Like, for me, Berserker's out of the fight. Berserker can get back in later. Inspired needs to be on the rest of the team here. So that is an oops. Now, the other thing that was watch Masu. So he gets stuck, and then he walks backwards. Yeah, I think Masu's got to go hard here. Like, the other thing about this for me with... I think Masu... Oh, he burned W before the fight? Oh, he got scared at JoJo. That's hard. I don't think... he's got to play that approach more carefully. The fact that he has W going right now is really bad. Because that's why he can't play up the rest of the fight. But there's another angle here where, like, you know, it's going to be a triple sleep. So I think that if you're Masu and you combo JoJo during the sleep... Which, I mean, Busio's engage here is good. The fact that the combo hits the 2 tanks and doesn't hit either of the carries, I think is bad. And then we get tagged up by the Braum. Orn Braum, baby. It's playoff time. That's game. I mean, well played by C9. I mean, this is the issue with, like, trying to dive or jump into Brand. Like, Yeah, Masu has to be the one-to-one-shot brand here. I do think that the co-streamers are right. I think that both are wrong. Inspired shouldn't chase Zerker out, and we need the one-shot brand. Still win if they'll have fights with the team. I think both. I mean, I think both are tough. Masu burned W, his ult's late, and we have Blabber getting his Zanyas off. That needs to be chained before the Zanyas comes in. So I think we all kind of dropped the ball there. Nice spacing by Berserker on the back half. Really nice ult, too, from Thanatos. Getting Inspired's a nice little bonus. All right, GG's. Congrats, C9, getting the second seed. They look really good, the split. Props to Reaper in the squad. I mean, I've been happy. The only suspect thing I had about C9 was the fact they had the two strongest opponents to go in the last two splits, or last two matches of the split, and they rose the occasion. They're playing really well, so well deserved the buy. Anyway, that's it for my LCS VoD reviews for regular season. Thanks so much to then, guys. It's been a blast. And thanks to you, I'm now a partner with YouTube. So shout out to you for that. Cubby XX everywhere. And if you guys enjoy the content, feel free to drop a like, comment, and or a sub. We'll see you for the next one. Peace.